What's going on, friends? Logan Myerz here from Cinephellas.com to review Jordan Peele's directorial debut, Get Out. Get Out is definitely a unique horror film, definitely of its genre, and it takes a different approach as the protagonist and point of view of this film. The story takes place between a couple, interracial couple, Chris, played by Daniel Kaluuya, and Rose, played by Allison Williams from HBO's Girls. You know, in the beginning of the movie, they're packing, they're getting ready to go to Rose's parents' house for the first time. Chris has never met them, and it's a little awkward because her parents don't know that he's black, so that kind of starts the story of this, you know, this couple and what they're going into. Chris's friend, Rod, is played by LilRel Howery, and he was definitely most of the comedic relief in this movie from the beginning. He's like, Chris, why are you going to, you know, a white girl's parents' house? You're never going to come back. A little foreshadowing, and he was just hilarious throughout this whole film. And he also works for the TSA, and he has a lot of great one-liners. So Chris and Rose show up at her parents' house, and it's the American dream, big, beautiful house in the middle of the woods, and all-American family. The dad, which I didn't really recognize at first, is played by Bradley Whitford. You may remember him from Billy Madison. Eric!
Give the company to Eric. He is a bad, bad man.
And the mother is played by Catherine Keener. So they show up. Everything seems okay at first. It seems a little normal for the most part. But when Chris is there, he did notice something, you know, kind of peculiar. He noticed they had a housekeeper, a black woman, and they had a groundskeeper outside who was a black guy. So he's wondering, why are the people that work here black? And Rose's parents are both doctors. Her mom's a psychiatrist, her dad's a surgeon, and they have everything they've ever wanted and more. So Chris is kind of, you know, going in this situation feeling awkward with this rich family that he doesn't know anything about, and they're looking at him, you know, as this African-American boyfriend of my daughter. And they're all having lunch, and Chris is all fidgety and, you know, like needs a cigarette because he smokes. And the mom, which is a psychiatrist, she does some hypnosis and is like, well, I can put you under, I can hypnotize you and get rid of, you know, that habit. You won't want to smoke anymore. It's going to make you super sick if you smell it. Second act is where you get into more of the horror theme of this film. Chris comes across the mom one night after being outside, and she hypnotizes him and puts him into this trance, obviously, and he's remembering back when he was a kid, like all these really bad memories he had as a child. And after he comes out of this, he goes to tell Rose, like, your mom hypnotized me last night and it was all fucked up. I'm like, what's going on here? She's like, oh, no, it's fine. She didn't do that. It's okay. That's mom. And then from here on out, it's just more and more weird happenings going on in this home, and Chris is catching on to it really quick. He's a photographer. He's taking pictures, and he's just noticing things that seem off. So when he talks to the housekeeper and the groundskeeper, they're like in a trance. They're not all there. Hello? Lights on, but nobody's home. And when he talks to them, they're just like, everything's great. I hope you have a splendid day. Like, what the fuck is going on here? And he keeps bringing it up with Rose, and nothing really changes. He's the crazy one. He's noticing these things, but they're not really happening. And the really most fucked up part of the story, another subpart of the storyline in this film, they're all hanging out at the parents' house outside, and all these, you know, rich white people, middle-aged white people show up, and they're all like very nice and asking Chris about himself and making these kind of slide remarks here and there. And, you know, you think it's like a bingo tournament, but it turns out in all actuality that it's a auction, a modern day slave auction for Chris to auction him off. What the fuck? And, you know, Chris is freaking out with, you know, all this shit going down here at this little get together, and Chris meets up with this other guy that's at the auction, and he's also in a trance or hypnotized. He's just not all there. And Chris happens to take a picture of him real quick with his cell phone, and he like knocks the guy out of his like trance, and he's like, get down. So there's some really great horror movie stuff in this film, with these storylines of what's happening to Chris at this house. Was it all set up? Was it planned all along with his girlfriend? You know, you don't know till the very end. And there are some horror movie cliches in this that they touched on, which was okay with me. You know, builds a little suspense. You know, Chris is in a hallway in the corridor. There's somebody walks by super quick, and it's like beep, like the horror movie music, and you know, things like that. But overall, there was a lot of different elements thrown into one. Overall, this movie was kind of a slow burn, but not in a terrible way. Like, it still kept you interested in these characters because they were compelling, and they're telling this story from Chris's point of view and the situation that he is in. But at the end of the movie, in the third act, that's when things really pick up, and you see this story unravel and see what's going to happen to these people. Will Chris get his revenge on these white folk that are demented and fucked up in the head? Or will he die? But overall, Get Out was an excellent and original story in the horror movie genre. Excellent to see Jordan Peele's directorial debut do as well as it has done in the box office. And just a really great story from a perspective we haven't seen in this type of filmmaking and genre. And across the board with the actors, they were all very excellent. Daniel Kaluuya was definitely the stand-up performance. English actor, you couldn't even tell in the movie. Definitely a standout, and he will be in the new Black Panther. So I'm looking forward to that. You know, the dark tones and the camera work. He did some single shots in the film, in the beginning of the film, I believe. So there's a lot of great camera work. The cast ensemble really worked well together, and it was just a fucked up horror thriller with a touch of comedy. There was some great storytelling here about, you know, race and, you know, interracial relationships that, you know, that we've come across in 2017, that it's looked down upon and things like that. And it was a story that Jordan Peele was trying to convey in Get Out. There's a few issues I had with the movie. It was a bit of a slow burn. There wasn't as much horror in it as I would liked, but those are really the only complaints I had about Get Out. Overall, it was a great time in the movie theater. It's original story. It will keep you on the edge of your seat and make you look at this type of storytelling and this point of view in a different way. I'm going to give Get Out a 3.5 out of 5 hair pieces. So thanks everyone for watching Cinephellas here on our YouTube channel and keeping up to date with us on our website and social media sites as well. This is Logan Myerz signing out from Cinephellas. Until next time. Cheers!